Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Fathers of Taste with your two hosts, me, Eli, and my co-host, Moses.
Yo,
How you doing today, Moses?
I'm doing pretty swell. Pretty
That's
swell.
that's good. That's good. So today we are bringing you guys another spotlight album. Skrillex. It's Soma by Skrillex. Skrillex is a pillar of the dubstep community. The myth, the legend himself, the god, basically, of dubstep. Now, it's not like he created it, but he was definitely the guy that made it extremely popular. Got other artists into doing it as well. So, today, we will be going through this album song by song. There's not too much lyric wise. It is an electronic slash dubstep album, so lyrics aren't really at the forefront. But on that note, let's get into it. So we have to begin the album the titular song, Soma. And with Soma, there were some things that I did like. Actually, is might be like one of my favorite tracks on the album to begin. And it's a really good opener. I was happy with this. I know Moses isn't really that big into like dubstep, so we have to see like how we're gonna differ or like what our opinions are gonna be for this album, because I'm sure there's gonna be some differences. But I thought Soma was really good. There's no lyrics really, so I put NA for the lyrics. But the instrumental I gave it A, the production I gave it A plus, and the vibe I gave an A plus. And this might be up there with my top openers.
Really?
Might be up there with my top openers, brother. It's just so hard. It's just hard. It's a hard track. I think that's the way to open it. What did you think about it? Where are you at on it?
Well, okay. So I don't really listen to a lot of dubstep if I'm being honest. It's just not, I guess, like a genre, a type of music that I just really listen to. It's not that I hate dubstep, but it's not one that I just like went out of my way to listen to. Yeah, I mean this felt, I guess, like a regular kind of dubstep song. It's one that I think is well made. The vibe I put for a B, just because
Wait.
it does kind of feel like a traditional dubstep song.
Oi.
He said, "Oi." Look, I gave the beat and production A's.
All
There's definitely worse beats and productions in
right.
this album. This was one that I thought was good. It's just I think it would have to be like something really special for me to give it an A in vibes, and I do have some that are A's and higher, but this one is just one that I gave a B for. It's just I don't know, there wasn't like too much that pulled me in vibe wise, but I did think that it was well made. I thought it was well produced.
Okay. So then with that, we move on to our next track called Thistle. Thistle, this one definitely is a track that has lyrics, but they're very repetitive. I mean, it is dubstep, so that's kind of a part of, the genre. But this one had this one, yeah, I thought this one was well made. I'm a huge Skrillex fan, by the way, for those of you that don't know. So when we get to the end, I'll talk about like how I feel about the project as a whole. Because there are some things that I did like, and there are some things that I didn't, which is usually not a thing that I deal with coming from Skrillex. But this could just be a new era. He's in his Spanish glow, I assume. So there's a lot of Spanish lyrics and artists throughout this entire project. And this happens to be one of the songs that I think does it very well. So for Thistle, I gave it a B for lyrics an A for the instrumental, an A for production, and an A plus for the vibes.
Okay, so I will say I actually didn't really go back through this album to look at lyrics. There were a lot of songs that didn't have lyrics, and then there were some that did, but honestly, I think alright, I won't lie. I think I just wasn't invested enough. I was gonna phrase it a lot worse, um, than that. I'll just say I don't think I was invested enough to look back at the lyrics because this one is in Spanish, like you were saying, and the English lyrics are just like I'll do anything, like repetitive, repetitive, a lot of repetition. So I guess just off rip, I can just give it a B. I didn't give it a rating, but I can give it a B for the repetitiveness. I did give this all A's for everything else.
Okay.
I did actually like this one. This was one that I was positive on. I think the Spanish kind of influences help, like the way that this one's vibe with the Spanish lyrics and the production. It felt more energetic to me. There was like a bit of like an EDM like influence, like there's some synth in it. This one just did more to attract me off rip. So I did give this one all A's. I did think this one was good. I did like this one.
So then we move into the next one. I well, I'm not gonna say I hated it, but it was pretty bad, bro. Our next one is Tranqui, Tranqui, Tranqui. Um, I could see where they were trying to go and what they were trying to go with, but it was just so bad. Everything, everything just felt all over the place. Um, it was just all over the place with the production, with the lyrics, with everything was just all over the place. I didn't like it too much. So I have a C for lyrics. I did like the instrumental, so I gave it an A for the instrumental. Uh, I gave it a B for the production because I didn't really like the production. The production wasn't that good, and I gave it a C for the vibes because for this to come after Thistle, it just felt bad, bro. It just felt bad. Um, and this was one of the things that I was like, "Yo, Skrillex, like, what is this? Like, what do you have me listening to? Like, I know what you're capable of producing. What is this? What about you, Moses?"
Yeah, if you're low on it, I'm just lower. Honestly, I'm not that much lower.
If you're lower, if you're lower, then I'm just lower.
I'm not I'm not actually that much lower on it. I honestly I think I might have gave these ratings to be nice, but I did give everything a C.
hmm
It's
hmm
very yeah, the production oh man, there's
Wait, everything, including the instrumental?
yeah, I gave everything a C.
You didn't like the beat?
Um
I thought the beat. I thought the beat was what was carrying the song. If I'm gonna be real with you.
I'm not sure. It's a very like heavy bass song. It does a lot. Like there's a couple switches. I don't know if I really had anything gravitating me too much in the instrumental to
Like, warrant you giving it something more?
yeah,
Understandable.
because this one that I guess you could say it's a bit experimental maybe. I don't know. It seems to be doing a bunch. Like it switches a couple times. I don't know. I don't know. There's just like some weird additions to it. I just was not vibing with this song. I just gave everything a C. I don't know if I'd rate anything lower. Nah, I think C's
Mm,
fair.
like C's fine.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't really like this one.
Look, guys, we will go more in depth on some other Skrillex albums later. We didn't really take many notes. It is a spotlight episode, so it warrants us to kind of get it out fast. We don't really have the time to take notes. Um, but this next one though, Moses knows exactly where that's from too.
This what though?
this next one, this next one though. So we're on to the next one. The next one is called Smoke. And boy, did I smell it. Man, there's a fire somewhere.
There was
There's
fires.
there was fire somewhere. This one I gave a B for the lyrics, an S for the instrumental, an S plus for the production, and an S plus for the vibes. This here reminded me of classic Skrillex and what he was known for. The 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 dirty bass, the cuts, like this is real dubstep. And it's like, yo, I'm like, bro was going crazy when he was making it. Like, I know the studio was hype as hell while he was in the process of creating this shit. I know he was. I know it was. I'm like, damn, this shit is tough as hell. I'm like, all right. Um, oh yeah, this like really reminded me of classic Skrillex. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so yeah, you're listening to your rating. That's how I know I just don't really vibe with dubstep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I um well, I could say that I didn't hate
No.
it. I can also say that I gave everything a B plus.
Wait.
Yeah.
What do you
I
mean you gave it a B plus?
yeah.
Uh, Man, this man is gonna get kicked out of the dubstep community before he's even entered in.
I know.
Dan said you can't even enter the gate, bro. You can't enter the gate.
Yeah.
Don't even
It,
approach it.
uh, I don't know. Like it's one there's ones that I don't vibe to at all, and then there's ones that I can at least like get like an understanding of it. I am not I don't feel negative towards this song, but it definitely didn't grab me in the way that it grabbed you.
And that's because I know Skrillex, and this is like his like most classic style, that hardcore dubstep, which is kind of what put dubstep on the map in general. And then it kind of got softer as dance kind of started emerging more.
Mhm.
Um, so like dubstep turned into electronic house and um EDM, that kind of stuff. Uh, Not saying that it got watered down, but it went from like raunchy bass to like a softer tone. Basically, is what happened. Like dubstep is the genre, but the subdivisions of it consist of like house, EDM, electronic dance. Those are like the four.
Mhm.
Dubstep could also go under those categories as well, but mainly dubstep is like hardcore, raunchy bass, like bass lines, beat drops, that kind of thing. Right. So like Smoke encapsulated Skrillex's essence perfectly, usually as a dubstep artist, right? So the next one is Noche Without You. You know what Noche means, right? I hope you know what Noche means.
It means friend.
Oh. Mm, mm, mm. Excuse me, sir. If I remember correctly, aren't you yourself part Spanish?
Listen, my ears are quaking in their putas right now.
Clicking in their boots. What did you just call me? There you go. You want to fight? So,
Fight.
no day without you, night without you. I gave an A minus for the lyrics, A plus for the instrumental, A plus for the production, and an A for the vibes. Noche Without You is actually probably one of my, well, it is one of my favorite actually. I really enjoyed the track. Um, it is different usually from what Skrillex does. Um, but he has like a bunch of songs that he's done like R&B, like he's gotten into other stuff. He produces other stuff. He's just mainly known for dubstep, as I was saying before. So what were your thoughts on this one? Please, for the love of God, tell me that this was a positive one for you.
So I think I'm finding a bit of a trend here because we got another Spanish influenced song, and this is another song that I absolutely love.
So your Spanish side is coming out and they're celebrating on this one, right? Well,
I
I
like
mean, I'm not gonna lie though. If we're gonna be honest, right? It is a dubstep album, but this one specifically feels like dance or like house. It
yeah, this
doesn't
one,
necessarily
yeah.
like dubstep. It's not like dubstep. It's more like house, either
This
house
one felt
or.
more like a dance, and I think that's why I liked it because there's if musically it felt like there was more there to me. Like I had a lot to latch on to. I really like this one. I gave it
That's a
a
good.
I gave it an A plus for both beat and production,
Mhm.
and then I gave it an S for vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
You done
Skrillex
it,
and his
boys.
Latinx.
All right, I forgot you didn't get back. You didn't get around to doing another episode. I mean, the lyrics rating for it, did you?
Nope.
Yeah,
Whatever you said, I agree
yeah.
with. Wasn't it like
He
an
said
A?
whatever you said, A minus. It's like whatever you said, I agreed with A minus. All right, that's fair. That's fair. So then the next one we go into is called Scut 2. And Scut 2 doesn't have any lyrics, so NA for that. But this is another one of those real dubstep songs. Another like classic Skrillex dubstep like song. A plus for the instrumental, S for the production, S plus for the vibes. Scut 2 was hard as hell. And me bumping my head like, damn, like, oh, this is nasty. Literally. When I listened to it, I was like, ah, you know how I ascended during the Triple U album? This was a different kind of ascension. This was like a hardcore like extension. Like it was just like I looked at it like, ugh, ugh, ugh. And I'm like, he's not. And the crazy part is that's not even him like really trying. That's not even his final form.
It's not even his final form.
It's not, bro. He has so many songs that are better dubstep wise. like as actual dubstep, that like this one is cute. Like it just like cuts the surface. It's dubstep, but it kind of just cuts the surface. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
Oh
I already
no.
know what you're about to say. I noticed the trend already.
You wanna take a guess at it?
I already know it's probably all like C's or some shit.
You know, it was it was yeah, it was rough. It was rough for me. I won't lie. I was not a fan of this one. I think I just have to come to terms with this just be not being a genre for me.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. But you tried it. That's all that matters. You
I
tried it.
did.
That's all that matters.
I listened to all 42 minutes of this album. Might not have loved all 42 minutes, but I did.
I might not have loved the 42, but they definitely did listen to all 42. Yeah. All right. So what was the ratings? Please, I need. Yeah.
I mean, you were right. They were all C's. I just gave them all C's. No like pluses, no
Mm,
minuses. It was just all C.
mm,
Yeah.
bruh, this man is disrespecting my goat right now.
I acknowledge that I'm probably in the wrong on these.
He's like, I know that I'm probably in the wrong. You know what? Maybe the dubstep community might give you some grace. I'm not gonna lie. The dubstep community might give you some grace.
I'm so sorry. They're
Damn,
probably like spamming
C's?
in like beats. They're just like searching
C's?
C's.
Oh my goodness. I'm about to seize you. How about that?
That's insane.
He's like, that's insane.
Not to seize you.
Seize you. All right, so then, oh yeah. So then let's get into Chini, because this is another Spanish one. This is another Spanish one, Chini. And if I am correct, oh no, Chini's not Spanish. It's just the instrumental. I forgot. But Chini is Spanish, I believe, but I just don't remember what it means. I'm not gonna lie to you. But Chini is NA for the lyrics because there isn't really any lyrics. And I gave it A's for everything else though. So the instrumental production and vibes, I got A's. Cause I do feel there's better production on this album. But I don't feel like it was bad production either.
Mhm.
So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I like this one. I do like this one.
All right, that's all right. My goodness, it's just the Spanish side of him coming out. That's it. He might as well just say I like all the Spanish songs on this album and
Basically, just
call it a
Spanish rap.
day. And call it a day, bro. Call it a day. What's the ratings for this one?
Initially, I gave everything A minuses,
Mm-hmm.
but you gave them A's. I think I'm inclined to jump up there with you because I did really like this song, and
It was a
I
good
would
one.
agree that there's like some better. Uh, Not really sure what the word. I guess just like more like well made, just better made productions. Technically speaking, but I
Yes.
did really like the vibe. I really like this for like what it was. It was a very chill kind of song. I did like it.
So when we get into, because at some point later on in the future, we are going to get into fuck you Skrillex, you think you're Andy Warhol, but you're not. We are going to get into that, but I don't know. With the one I'm getting here, I don't know if you're gonna even like that album or if it's even really worth us listening to because it's a bunch of songs, but there a lot of them are under like a minute. Just a lot that's under a minute. So I don't even know if it'd be worth even doing that album
Yeah,
on the
how
podcast.
many songs are there on it?
Uh, Let me see. I'm about to look it up for you because I'm very convinced that it's a lot of songs, bro. So it's 34 songs.
Holy shit.
But wait, but listen to this. How many minutes do you think it is?
Uh, Oof. You said that there were some shorties in there. I'm thinking
That's
it's
for sure.
that's kind of crazy. It'd be crazy to say. I'm thinking like a regular album maybe. Is it still like 40 to 50?
It's 34 songs and 46 minutes.
Oof. A
So
lot.
34 songs, 46 minutes. So that means on average, each song is like a minute and some change on average.
God damn, just an album full of ringtones.
Legit. Like legit. Like legit. So I don't know if it's gonna be worth listening to it. But like he does have like other albums that definitely are way better. Like Scary Monsters and Night Sprites, his debut album. Wait, that was oh my goodness, that shit was amazing for the dubstep community. But I don't know, I might have to gatekeep that from you with the way you're treating these other ones. So the next one after Chini is called uh, Vente Rala, and I did like this one. Vente Vente Rala is a good one. I don't know if it's one of my favorites, but it's up there though. I like I lied. This is one. I think this one was my favorite one off of this album. I lied. Except for I mean, it's probably in contention with Noche Without You, but yeah, I like the beat on this one and the way that everything went.
Mhm.
Because it kind of drew me in, and then he just kept adding, piling on more fire to it. I was like, oh shit, like this is good. This is nice. I needed that. So for Pente Rala, I got it at a B for lyrics. I got an A for instrumental, an A plus for production, and an A for vibes. Oh, I forgot about Smoke. Smoke is on this album. That's actually the favorite one. And then Pente Rala will come after that. But yeah,
Mhm.
Pente Rala. So what are your thoughts, brother Moses? How are you feeling about it?
It's not I can say that.
It's not ah.
Yeah, it's not
Uh, so then what is it?
It's it's solid. I
It's solid. So you're agreeing with the beef for lyrics, right? Because you didn't go back.
I'll just piggyback that B. I just steal that B from you real quick.
Like, can a nigga borrow a B?
Oh, the nigga gonna borrow a B.
Is a nigga gonna give it back?
I gave it A minuses for both the beat and the production.
Mhm.
I thought I thought it was well made. It wasn't my favorite sound, but it was one that I can at least appreciate. I definitely vibe with it better than I do some other songs.
Mhm.
I gave it a B plus for vibes. So like
You
everything
know,
was around, I picked
that's
B plus.
better than what I thought you were gonna give it. That's actually better than what I thought you were gonna give it.
Yeah, it's
But
not.
then again, it's another one of the Spanish ones, so you're a little higher up on it.
It's definitely the lowest of the Spanish songs so far, but it's still better than the non-Spanish ones.
He's
So
like, that's better than the non-Spanish one. He's like this. He's like the Spaniards are really carrying this one.
high key for me, yeah.
So the next one is EO Bande. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it translates to. Don't ask me. I know Dominican Poppy, I black. So I have no idea. But for this one, I gave it a B for the lyrics. I gave it an A minus for the instrumental, an A for the production, and an A for the vibes. I did appreciate the song a lot. Um, more than you know, more than maybe what Moses might appreciate it as. But this one kind of takes on the approach of like house, in my opinion,
Mm, mhm.
and it gives me like a little bit of a house vibes. Like it's like bouncy. I liked it.
Yeah, it is definitely more bouncy. It's yeah, I think I appreciate it. Just like slightly less than you do. My lowest rating is a B for the vibe, just cause that like I don't know, like it's just why I like some of the Spanish influenced songs more than some of the like other ones is because there's more like musical elements to me. Like you
Mhm.
at least get like some like incorporations of like more things that I would classify as like traditional music. Like you have like some like guitar in some of those songs, and as opposed to it being just kind of like beat and techno and electric, which isn't my favorite sound anyway. This
Yeah, for
one I gave a B for vibe. I did give it a B plus for instrumental and production.
oi, oi. I mean, I did give it A minus, so I mean that's only like a step up above you, and you gave it, and I'm like two steps above you for production. Which
Yeah,
I mean, I could technically. I'm not gonna lie. I will say that I did re-listen to it, and some of the production on like the chorus I thought was a little odd. It sounded a little weird. So I bumped that down to an A minus.
yeah, I'm just
Bumped the
slightly,
production down to A minus.
just a
Now,
wee.
all right. So here's another like Spanish song that we have. La Noche 2. I'm not gonna hold you, brother. This was like one of the worst songs on the album for me, bro. One of the worst songs on the album for me. Probably one of the worst Skrillex songs I've ever heard in my life.
God damn.
And that's a lot of Skrillex songs that I've listened to. La Noche 2. My ratings for La Noche 2 consist of a B for the lyrics, a B for the instrumental, a B for the production, and a B minus for the vibes. All around, just tragic. It's just tragic. I didn't
Mm,
like it at all. It just, I don't know. It was something about the way that he was doing like the house, and then the Spanish just didn't feel like it was fitting for me, and it felt offbeat. I'm just like, whoa, what am I listening to right now? Like, I don't know. I didn't like it. I tried to get into it. I tried to like clear my mind and just like let it like flow, let it happen. It didn't happen like that. I didn't like it.
I feel like that's still kind of high ratings for it not being one that you like at all.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm
most
still
people
gonna
are
be
honest.
fair. I'm not gonna like throw it in the dumps, but I feel like I could really though throw it in the dump if I'm gonna be honest with you. Actually, La Noche 2 doesn't even deserve a B for lyrics, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll go I'll go with a C actually for the lyrics. That's a huge jump down. Not really. Yeah, really. That's like three down. B minus, C plus, C, yeah. Yeah, it was nah, bro, nah. It was bad, bro. It was bad actually. I'm listening to it again. That vibe just went down from a B minus to like a C as well.
Yikes.
Yeah, so the production's also going down too.
God damn.
Yeah, I just thought about it. I'm listening to it right now. And we can move the production down to a B minus.
Damn, I really fucked it up for La Noche, bro. And I got way more respect before I said anything.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't like this one at all. I think I just gave it those. I think I just gave it those ratings to. I actually think I was a little more than fair when I made those ratings. I think what I'm giving it now is fair. Um, yeah, La Noche 2, just no, bro. No. Sorry. He could have left this one off the album and I would have been better off.
Good lord.
What about you though? This is a Spanish one. This is a Spanish one.
Well, I don't have any bees. If that's
what,
an
what,
indicator.
what do you mean you don't have any B's?
What do you mean?
I hope you're
I
not talking about you got A's. Hope you're not saying you got A's.
oh Sunny Sunny Bun.
I hope you're not telling me you have A's.
Sunny. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Eli.
Oh no. 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 Well, you're piggybacking the C for lyrics anyway, so
Yeah, I'll give it the C because it wasn't worth me going back to to dissect. Um. Okay. I'm gonna reevaluate this a little bit. I'm gonna go a little lower than I did. All right. I'll say what
I
I
think you
initially.
should. I think you should.
Okay,
I
whatever.
think you should. You go back and listen to that and tell me,
I'm listening
be
to it.
for real. Be for real.
Yeah. I mean, I am. Yeah, I'm listening to it. I'm gonna say this though.
Hmm.
I do vibe with it. I'm gonna drop it to.
Well, no, tell us what your original. What were your initial ratings first before you drop anything? What was the initial ratings?
You want all three of the ratings I gave? Because I don't think you're gonna like some of the
Mm,
ratings.
I'm not- just give them to me and then tell me what you're dropping.
Okay. Now, keep this in mind. This is
Uh
after
huh.
because this is very late into the album. What it's
Uh-huh.
13. It's 13 songs. This is song 10,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm hearing a bunch of like dubstep, heavy bass, electric, techno, a lot of things that I'm not a huge fan of, right? So I'm listening to this whole album and I'm not vibing with a lot of the songs. It's not that I'm not vibing
Mm-hmm.
with any, because obviously there were a couple that I vibed with, but at this point I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of struggling to find a vibe in this album. And then we
Mm-hmm.
get to La Noche 2. And I think I was just so high on these initial ratings just because it was different than the ones that I wasn't vibing with at all. The fact that I caught a vibe meant the world to me. In my initial listen. In
Mm-hmm.
my initial listen.
Right, right, right.
All right, so I gave
Okay.
it actually okay, yeah. All right. So I gave it a B plus for beat, the instrumental.
Okay.
I gave it an A for production.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I gave it an S for vibe.
Gave it a what? You gave it a what? You gave it a what?
Listen,
You
listen,
gave it a what? You gave it
listen.
a what?
Oh my god. Uh,
You know what? We're not even. Let's stop and talk about your answer.
no, no, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Oh my god. I've since
Hmm.
because I'm re-listening to it over and over again right now. I've since, you know, adjusted and you know, reevaluated my answers. Let's just say that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Eli. I'm still gonna keep the vibe. It's not gonna be an S, of course, but a vibe I'm still gonna have at an A minus,
Hmm.
just because I do.
I mean, that's a pretty big dip though. From
Yeah, from
S to
S to
from
A minus.
S to A plus to A then to A minus. So I mean, that's a pretty huge drop. Okay, respectable.
In my notes, I wrote that it kind of gives me like Alan Walker vibes. I don't know if you know who. I'm sure you've heard songs of his before. If that name doesn't sound familiar to you, at least.
Yeah, I probably have. The name doesn't sound familiar, but I probably have.
But yeah, it kind of reminds me of some music of his, and I was vibing with it because I do like his kind of like songs. They're more like EDM. Like he doesn't really do dubstep. I think he mostly just does more like EDM. Um, his songs are pretty popular on YouTube. I'm sure you've heard songs of his before, but yeah, it kind of gave me that kind of vibe. So I was vibing with it. Um, I'm going to, I might just slightly drop those down. I'm gonna give the instrumental because that is the part that draws me in. Is that instrumental, that like EDM kind of sound? I'm gonna give it a B plus, and the
Okay.
production I will drop to a B. I'll drop it from an A to a B.
Okay. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. All right. I since retract my statement. Um, I can't grill you that hard anymore. I
I
think those
mean,
are
you
fair
weren't wrong.
ratings.
You weren't wrong.
Technically, I still think that A minus is high, but excuse me, from dropping it from an A, I mean, from dropping it from an S to an A minus, dropping it from an S to A minus, That's fair.
I gave it an S for Spanish for the vibes.
Yeah, as for Spanish, yeah, because that's pretty much been all your good ratings have come from them being Spanish. Um, so yeah, the next one after that is called Anybody. No lyrics, by the way. Chat. So NA for the lyrics. And for instrumental an A, production an A, and vibes an A plus. Anybody I thought was pretty good. We're hitting the home stretch of this album.
Mhm.
And anybody I thought was pretty good. It was refreshing. Uh After me having to listen to the garbage that was La Noche 2, in my personal opinion. We come back to now dubstep in its full glory. Um and that made me appreciate the song a little bit more because we had La Noche 2 right before it. If La Noche 2 wasn't right before it and like something like Scut Smoke or Noche Without You, then like this one probably would have been rated maybe slightly lower, but
Mhm. I
for
see what
what
you
it
mean.
is, it is a pretty good, it is a pretty decent track.
Okay. I Yes, it is definitely more traditional EDM, but I think there are elements in it besides the or not EDM, dubstep. I don't know why. I was when I said EDM earlier, I meant EDM, but that time I don't know why I switched the two. But it does.
They're kind of interchangeable, if we're gonna be honest. I mean, like everything's technically interchangeable. They kind of all fall under the group of electronic, like whether like it's dance, dubstep, what is it? Dance, dubstep, electronic house, EDM, all of them kind of fall under the same like category.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably like some minor kind of differences between all of them, but yeah, this one is more like you were saying dubstep, and you know what, I didn't mind it because there were elements beyond the dubstep that I actually liked and appreciated. I just gave everything an A for this one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I like the sound of that. That's more like it. That's
Mm-hmm.
more like it. You might be invited into the community after all.
I don't know because they might not like how I like La Noche too.
Yeah, that one I don't know. Yeah, you might I don't know, you might have lost favor a little bit with that one, but it's not bad. It's not like it's a bad song. It's just
I don't know. The way
it's just
you were talking about it kind of seemed like a bad song. You said it was the worst song you'd ever heard from them.
yeah, it is the worst song. One of the worst songs I've ever heard from Skrillex. Yes, it is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew this man in his golden years. So to see that, I'm just looking at him like, what is this? So anybody has all A's from you. So here's where we start getting into the last two songs where I thought was a bit funny. We're starting to get to the funny songs now.
Okay.
Uh this next one is titled Dudo. Um and Dudo, I thought it was interesting. I mean, it's not bad, but it's like I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
Interesting. I know
It was
exactly
like,
about it.
ay, ay, ay. It's not bad. I thought it was a pretty decent song. There's not much, obviously, in the way of like like content, like lyric wise, not much in the way of content
No.
lyric wise. But yeah, there's nothing much in the way of it, like lyric wise. But I thought that everything else played out well. So I gave a B plus for the lyrics. I gave an A for the instrumental, an A for the production, and an A plus for the vibes.
Mhm.
I did like Duro a lot. But it was one of those interesting ones where I'm like, yo, they talking mad freaky. Like, what's happening right now? Like
Were they?
what
I
is
wasn't even
happening?
paying attention to it.
Bro, she talking about some she like me gusta que me digas daddy. And she said bad ting and her ass so fatty. And she's like, cause she's like, nos fuimos temprano del party cause she wanna fuck. I'm just like, huh? It's like, what's your name? What's your number? I'm like, yeah, bro, they talking mad freaky on these on
Definitely
this song, bro. Like, what are we talking about right now, bro? like,
south of the border
like,
Drake type lyrics.
like just freaked out, bro. Like legit.
It's just freaked
I'm
out.
just looking at it like, okay. Um, but yeah, still a good track though overall.
Mhm. Yeah, this one's interesting. I I actually love this song. Is this one very well could be my favorite track. I don't know if I like it more than blanking on the name. It was another Spanish one though. Oh, Noche Without You, that one.
Yeah, no
Uh,
shit without you was a good one.
oh, I gave it the exact same ratings as Noche Without You.
But now the crazy part about it is though, right, is that like this is also kind of like that EDM style. This one wasn't really a dubstep one.
Yeah, this one
It's more
does
like
feel.
that EDM, like EDM or house. Probably technically house more than EDM.
Yeah, I did really like this one. Um, it was A plus for instrumental, A plus for production, and then S for vibe. Same as Noche Without You. So yeah, I really love both of those tracks. This kind of felt like 2000s kind of like EDM, like
It
a
did.
nostalgia kind of EDM.
I was like, oh, we're hitting some. We got Spanish house. We got Spanish house before GTA 6.
We got Casa before before GTA 6.
oh my goodness. So so then we move on to the last track.
Oh God.
This is definitely this is definitely going to be a shorter episode, guys. This we didn't have really much to talk about. On top of it being a spotlight album too, it already didn't have a lot of it didn't really have a lot of time for us to talk about anything more or anything deeper. But it wasn't like this album had much like in it to begin with. It's kind of just the music and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but this last one surely is probably gonna give us a lot to talk about.
Oh God.
And that is I don't even know if I'm gonna pronounce it right, but it's called the Diwali, the Whaley. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm not trying to butcher anything. I don't want to butcher anything. If I got it wrong, just fry me and call it a day. This song was goofy as hell. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The song was goofy as hell, bro. I mean, it's not bad that it's goofy, right? There's nothing wrong with it being goofy. It's just the simple fact of you put this as the last track on the album. And I just don't think that was a good space for it.
Nope, not at all.
Um, if we would have ended the album with like Smoke or Scut or No Shade Without You, then I'm like, all right, like we're working with something here. But this is what you decided to give us to end the album. And it made me a little sad, I'm not gonna lie. So we got I got a B minus for the lyrics, a B plus for the instrumental, a B plus for the production. And funny enough, I have it at an A minus for the vibes,
What?
but I thought it was funny. That's why I was vibing. My vibes came from it being more so funny than anything else.
Hermano.
But if I'm gonna be honest though, that's probably gonna come down a notch, maybe like 3 notches. So that's what B plus, B minus. So you drop it to a B minus.
Yeah, that's
You
fair.
drop it to a B minus. But I did think the song was funny though. But the thing is, I did catch a vibe, low key. But it's just, nah. The song is, it's just a bad. It's just bad, bro. It's just bad. It's a B minus that. With that, that leaves you with your final ratings, Moses, for the last song of the album.
Uh, I oh man. Honestly, I think I'm going to alter my rating slightly, and that is not a good thing for this song, let me tell you, because I already was low on this song. I I gave everything a C. I didn't rate lyrics, but if I'm thinking about lyrics, I would have put them at a C anyway. It basically was all C's.
Mm.
I might I might go C minuses. I don't think I'd go D's, but I definitely did. I
You don't like.
I'm like, wee, wee, bro. This is on par with the worst ending tracks we've heard on the podcast for me personally.
Really?
Yeah,
As bad as the song that shall not be named?
the wees are pretty close to being to being ooh, in my book.
But be honest though, which one would you rather listen to if you had to pick one to listen to?
This one feels like actually, I don't know. Now I need
I
to compare
can't
the
say
instrumentals.
I can't say that I would listen to. Nah, I couldn't listen to Diwali. I couldn't listen to the song that shall not be named over Diwali.
I I'm not gonna lie. I I might rather it's weird the thing I'm about to say. I would rather listen to Diwali over White Lines, but I think I would rather listen to the song that shall not be named over this.
Brother, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no
I
way
don't
in
like the
hell.
instrumental.
Ain't no way in hell.
I
The
don't
song
like
that shall not be named is like some of the worst songs we've ever heard.
I can't think of what the instrumental in that one is though, but I have a feeling I'd like it more than this.
I mean, hey, it is your opinion. We listen and we do not judge.
it's just this
We
one is
listen and we don't judge.
this one's it's like the instrumental doesn't grab me because it's like it's all bounce and not a lot going on musically, which I was saying earlier are like, I like the Spanish influence ones because it feels like there's actual like music as opposed to just electric yap. But
Fair
this
enough.
one is just like it's the same kind of like just bounce. It's just bass. It's more of the same kind of like electric yap. And then I don't like the lyrics. They're goofy as hell. And I don't know. Yeah, this song was just not a vibe for me.
That's fair. That's
That's me
fair.
personally. Again, for Skrillex fans and people that are actual fans of dubstep, this song would probably like land better than it did for me. I'm just not into that sound, I guess.
That's fair. So then that means we now come to final ratings. Well, final album rating.
Mhm.
Do you want to know what I gave? I think you'll be surprised
I am
by what
curious.
I gave the album.
Yeah, because you did allude that there might be a bit of a surprise, so I am curious.
So I gave No Enemies by Zepp an 8.3.
Mhm.
I did really like that album. There were some things there that I didn't like, but for the most part, I did like that album. Here, there's a lot of things that I have to like, and the songs that I like a lot. But the songs that I don't like at all.
Mhm.
But the like for the songs that I like is way stronger than the dislike for the songs that I don't like.
Mhm.
So I gave. Now keep in mind, I said I gave Zepp an 8.3. I gave this one an 8.4.
Wow. Wow.
Slightly better than Zepp's album. Just by a hairline fracture. And if you would have took these three bad songs out, what was it? Diwali, La Noche 2, and what was the other one I said I didn't like? Trunky. If you
Yeah.
would have took out all three of those, I mean, this album for me probably would have been like easy 8.7, 8.8. But like, nah, it just lost a lot of points and credibility for those three songs. And me knowing that it's a Skrillex album, I've dealt with I've dealt with better. I've dealt with more, I've dealt with better. And this just didn't hit as much as I thought it was. So I gave it an 8.4 to cap it off.
Oh man. Yeah, you're really not gonna like what I've got to say.
Yeah, we listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge.
Okay. So since we're talking about No Enemies, because honestly, I think comparing it kind of to No Enemies is pretty fair because No Enemies similarly didn't have a lot like of quality lyric wise,
Hmm.
but production and instrumentals mostly carry the album, and they're both pretty short albums. Well, I mean, No Enemies is more of a EP. It's like officially listed as an EP. This is a bit longer, but they are kind of similar in terms of vibe, so I think that's pretty fair to compare the two. For No Enemies, I gave it an 8.0,
Hmm.
which funny enough, tied with Breach. I'm like looking at like my official listing right now. Soma, I'm gonna put this is gonna hurt, but
Mm.
I'm gonna put it at like I'm gonna put it at a 7.2.
Oof. I
It's
mean, still
above
better than
Bully.
Kanye's
Bully's a
album.
7.0.
I'm about to say above Kanye's album. I was gonna say as long as it's not under Kanye's album, we don't have controversy. But if it is, if you did have some problems here.
Now I would put it above Kanye because I actually like Kanye and I can differentiate between good Kanye and bad Kanye. I can't do that with Skrillex because I don't really know Skrillex and I don't know dubstep. So it'd be unfair of me to like really really hate on it. But I do have to acknowledge that it wasn't my vibe. Like there might be like 3 or 4 songs that I realistically add to my playlist from this album. Like I can acknowledge some technical things being good, but there were a lot of low vibes for me just because I wasn't really into the sound and the style. So yeah, I ended up giving it a 7.2.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. We here at Fathers of Taste believe in fairness. Well, Moses didn't even really like this like album to begin with. Like he doesn't really like dubstep to begin with. So I feel like him giving it a 7.2, although he doesn't like the genre, I think that counts as fair. I think that's fair. So that does it for our spotlight episode. Um, Soma by Skrillex. And we appreciate you guys, the fan base, listening to our podcast and sharing your time with us, as well as, um, you know, hopefully listening to these albums side by side as we, go through the songs and maybe you guys get a feel for where our thought processes are at. Um, and we just sincerely thank you guys for tuning in um to the show. It makes us feel great. We look back at it and yeah, we might only be getting double digit views right now, but when it comes down to it, I already know we have enough supporters that'll push us far enough to where, you know, Fathers of Taste will be established. And so thank you for the day one listeners and thank you, to the viewers and the guys who give us ideas. Thank you.
Oh,
This podcast is honestly, this podcast is was for us to get like an outlet into music and talk about music and get into a space, but it was also for us to dive into different genres of music so that way, you know, we could get an understanding of what we like and what we don't like, and maybe throughout all of these listening experiences, we find something new for ourselves. So yeah, thank you guys again for listening, and we'll be back next time with another episode.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir. Peace.
Peace.